Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. This is your co-host D Rose. It's just me and Jay Flizzy this week. Spirits had to take care of some business. Superstar, how's it going, man? I just want to go on and jump right into, you know what I'm saying?
Superstar.
Yeah, man.
We far from that, but we keep there again, man. I appreciate the love on the video. I just threw that together like Monday morning and just put it out there, just see what can happen. But yeah, everything been going good. Just happy to see that. Happy to see our numbers go up. Happy to see that we got some more subscribers and stuff like that going on. Just got back from Memphis. That show was great. Did so good there. The owner told us to come back in spring of 2024. So we're gonna talk to them and try to make that happen and end up back in Chuckles next spring. But that show was great, man. The people of Memphis, they came out. I will say, when you book your own self for the club, hey, them checks look a little different, my boy. Them checks get to looking a little different. I got to crunching up them numbers like, all right, next goal is to sell this thing out. Because if I sell it out, hey, well, we as a group sell it out. We can start selling out clubs. Hey, boy, I'm gonna need an accountant to start doing these. Hey, keep up with this. I'm gonna need about 2 people to do taxes to make sure. Hey, we gonna go up. But I'm gonna be this week. I'm gonna be at the home of Dolly Parton up there at Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, dropping some jokes off there. And then the next week we'll be down in Alabama. What a coincidence. What's been going on with you, D-Row?
Man, everything good, dog. Like I said, the reason why I said superstar, for anybody that's following the video that Flake put out, he has, and make sure I put his Instagram on there to go and tap in with his comedy. That's j.flake_comedy. But that's a viral video at this point, man. 25K. Oh, yeah. It's only been out like 6-7 hours, so ain't no way that's gonna stop from going up. I think it's just one of the ones that hit the algorithm. But overall, life is good, man. I really can't complain. Blessed, everybody here. So just how it really is. But yeah, let's get into it, man. We ain't gonna start it out now. We know what the video that occurred on August 5th. And what was it? What part of Alabama was it? Was it Montgomery? Montgomery, right?
Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery, Alabama, right? At the Riverfront. So like I said, we made a video, but we're gonna touch bases on. I'm gonna let Flake just kind of run off with it, where he kind of came up with the thought process of what was his thoughts and behind his video, and then we actually gonna touch bases on some of the comments that we've seen so far. Maybe a little humor, but then some of it is real because there's a lot of little different things. When stuff like this happens, you start to see people's true colors, because it's like, I'm gonna question how you really approach all other situations. And just because the shoe was on the other foot, how would you all feel? Because if the video would have just stopped, and I'll just leave this point, with the guy getting beat up by the white people that got off of the boat that was mad that they were being told to move the boat, what would be your thoughts? But we know how it turned out, and I think that's what's getting everybody up in arms. So Flake, before you made the video this morning, what was your original thoughts? And then when you went into the video, of course, you put your own sauce on there, but what was your thoughts once you found out of what occurred on the field?
At first, I just got the video of him getting jumped at first. And I was like, man, there's some BS going on. Once again, I got angry because everybody just recording. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Y'all finna let this man just get jumped on, and he just doing his job. So I'm like, okay, it's a little bit, I know where the place is. It's in Montgomery, Alabama, at the Riverfront. So it's a little bit of white privilege going on during this time. Pretty much, I don't know what they thoughts was, but the way they reacted, I took that, ain't no way this black boy finna tell me to move my boat. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of money. We've been drinking. And a lot of times, folks they get on their boat. I've been on a few of them boats with people, and it's a good time, it's a good party, it's a lot of drinking going on, and maybe the drinking has something to do with it. But we'll get back into that too. I didn't want to say racism has something to do with it. I just took it as y'all been drinking, this black boy finna tell me what to do, da-da-da. Now, the backstory I heard later on was a little bit of racism added in there. But you know,
You on mute talking.
there you go, man. Sorry about that, y'all. But before I touch base into that, it was a woman that called in to the Breakfast Club that said she worked at the hospital that they showed up at, and those people walked in and said, "Oh, it's just a bunch of niggas in here," and walked back out. The same people just got their ass whooped. Walked in the hospital and was like, "Man, it's just a bunch of niggas working here," and walked back out. Like it was an issue with them serving them. Now, allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't work the hospital. I don't know how true it is, but a woman said she's a nurse, and when they walked in, that's what they said, and walked back out. But my initial thoughts was I was a little bit angry because I just saw people recording it or whatnot and not taking action. Now, a proud moment hitting me, but I got the longer video and I see Air Force Ones running across, and all of a sudden I just see people. It was like a video game. You just see people just running and running and running, and then people just. When you look at it, you just think it's him and the white people. And then just black people just showed up like we not taking this no more. So it was a proud moment to see a change of folks just sitting back and watching, to people saying, nah, we not finna stand for y'all, not finna be jumping on this man who just out here doing his job. And there's a whole bunch of witnesses basically saying, hey, y'all was parked in the wrong place. We trying to park a riverboat. Y'all ain't got no right to be there. No way. So the thought of making the video, I ain't gonna lie, as y'all seen, I dissected that thing. It's probably about 2 or 3 videos mashed up because it was so many different videos coming out. Some videos didn't have the dude swimming in it. I found that video, added that piece to it. Some of them didn't have the dude hitting him with the chair. Some did. So I found that video. I took a picture of that because we all knew that the algorithm was gonna take that down. Like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Dude hitting him with the chair was too much. So that's why I didn't play that video. So for those who hadn't been able to catch it, you're gonna have to dig because I heard they starting to take it off Instagram and Facebook and all that, and Twitter. You might still be on Twitter, but you got to dig a little bit to see that part of what's going on because there's still new videos coming out as we speak. I just seen about 2 or 3 other videos from a different angle from when that happened. So, man, I make these videos about pretty much what's going on, and I just add my little twist of what I think is funny about it. And that just so happened to be in the hot video. I was like, I gotta make it. This one can't wait. I gotta make that for I would work. I was like, I gotta make this video.
Yeah, and it was perfect time, man. But like, I think we shared like the same thoughts because I had seen, of course, the original video, and I'm like, okay, let me just see what's going on with this. But then as they all started to trickle in, it was like, okay, about damn time because honestly, I think it's important that, one, just the unity, everybody just roll together. You haven't really seen that in one of these videos in so long, dog. Like you've honestly just seen people just waiting for, either the police to come or justice system doing right. It just really felt good to be like, you know what, we just gonna match the energy that's being projected upon us this time, and whatever happens, and we gonna all ride out together. Honestly, I was a little nervous because they was close to the water. I was thinking to myself, it ain't gonna be a lot of participation because ain't nobody trying to get pushed in that water because the end it's gonna get real. But on a serious note, it felt good to see the unity, and I would love to start seeing that in other areas, especially when people are abusing their quote unquote power or a sense of entitlement. And like you said, I wouldn't necessarily say race played a bigger part of them just being some arrogant, entitled, rich people. And when you see white and black, of course, and I think that's what made it that. But for them, if that was allegedly what they said at the hospital, I mean, clearly they didn't learn a lesson. But I had got some information, of course, and we'll probably have to do another story on that. But apparently they own a store that has been getting all kind of bad reviews since people found out they were the owners. They just shut down their business page, Facebook pages, etc. I think that's a powerful movement because at the end of the day, if these are the type of people, you shouldn't be spending your money with them. So the way that this situation has occurred is showing some real good power stances. If this is something that we can consistently do across the board, shout out to Montgomery, Alabama for standing on business and doing what they're supposed to do. But that was my thoughts. It's like, I hope this ain't about to be another situation where everybody just recording. But
right, I mean, think about it. I mean, you got 5 people. No matter how good you can fight,
exactly.
Unless you MMA or some type of martial arts, this, that, and the other, man, you got 5 people jumping on you. It's hard to get folks up off of you like that. Especially when they, you fight one person, then somebody just jump out the blue and tackle you down, and then all of a sudden everybody got hands and feet on you. Like, they really could have killed that man. Like, for real, they could have killed that man if other people didn't step in. I know we always want to say, but my hand's so good, I would have got off. Nah, bro, that ain't always the case. It's hard when you got 5 people on you like that. Shout out to the social media investigators. I don't know how y'all do it, how y'all find out they own the store, how y'all found out the name of these people. I'm talking about they found the family photos, the name of these people, the store, the whole 9. I don't know how y'all be doing it, but y'all be on point with it and don't play no games about it. But like you said, I hope this is a spark to show that when we come together, you didn't know that man's name, you didn't know what church he went to, you didn't know what he believed in, you didn't know how much money was in his pocket. You just seen your brother in need and you stepped up to help. And that's what we need to get back to. All that asking questions about who really is it and what do we do with this? That now, skip out. If you see somebody in need, we need to help out. And we see if we come together, we can make, and not just beating people up. I'm talking about, we got some people that was acting racist or trying to take advantage because they rich and privileged or whatever, and they was able to shut down their store. And there probably gonna be some more coming after that. It was people arrested. Some of those white people were arrested. Some black people were arrested as well. Dude with the chair, I just knew he was going in. I just knew, like, you just can't go through and just bamming folks with chair. Like, he probably gonna, old as he is, he probably just gonna get probation, but he gonna have to pay a fine. He gonna have to do something. But
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, he potentially probably got a felony out of that. I ain't gonna lie to you, hitting people across the head with a chair, man. Like, he literally could have, all jokes aside, he literally could have killed somebody out there. And I understand being.
Luckily, it was a plastic chair, because if it had been one of them old church chairs, them old metal church chairs, Lord have mercy, Lord, you talking about some head split.
Yeah, because if you would have even could pick them jumps up and swing it like that, you asking for a charge. Because, man, I swear, them big heavy jumps, you hate to even get your finger caught when you trying to close them jumps fast and get them back and try to clean up. So,
your eyes be watering up, all you do is catch your finger down.
Yeah, like, damn, bro, mama, we in the church, but I mean, here cussing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like that would have been, that wasn't no good look.
But everybody else, I hope they just get let go with with nothing at all. If it is something real simple, because it was slick a self-defense situation. Like, you see somebody getting 5 or 6 people, and I hear some people saying I wouldn't hit no woman, this, that, and the other. I understand, but them women was on his head too. And let me tell you, the girls was handling, the black women came down there, they handled them white women, and the men handled the white men. Now, I don't condone dude hitting the white woman in the head with the chair. She was already down and out. I don't condone, well, let me say, the one black dude that did knock the white woman down and almost knocked her. If he did knock out, I think he did. She had came from behind, and he just turned around and swung. So that was kind of one of them, like, you just so happened to have been in the way. saying? I don't condone men putting their hands on women, but in the situation if you ever been in a fight like that and somebody just come grab you from behind and hit you from behind, you don't know who that is. You just turn around and swing and get somebody up off of you. But like I said, I do hope that spark plugging us to see what we can do as a community. If we go out as a community and vote, we go out as a community and see something happen in our neighborhood and we protect our own neighborhood. And we put our money together to get something going good in the neighborhood, whether it, like Grove Hero did in his neighborhood down in Memphis, where they're putting a playground somewhere, and the playground need to be had, a basketball court, a baseball field. If everybody put their money together in one pot, just like we came together to protect this one black man, whether it be $5, $10, $20 from everybody in the neighborhood, it can go a long way to put some community stuff up in your neighborhood, whether it be starting off with buying a building for after school programs and getting people to volunteer and work in it. You know, when we come together, we can make some things happen.
True, and that's just where I hope it is, man. And like, and honestly, they was really just like you said, as a self-defense issue, but then also they were all employees. Most of them was employees as well, besides the as you call them, the Adventures that pulled up. Now the rest, everybody else was employees, but them catch the touchdown with them white beaters on, the Air Force. Yeah, sir, that's what we call security. That's helping your brother in need. And when they got off that boat dock and I seen them skipping, I said, boy, I don't think they can get that boat away quick enough, because boy, it's about to be some ass whooping going on. When a brother get to skipping like that, I'm gonna tell you this, for anybody that's not from the culture, when we see that and you don't want to fight, that's your time to go and start sliding over to the side and be like, I don't want no problem with that. Trust me, that's the cue. If you see running or if you see skipping of any sort and you ain't got nothing to do with that, go on slide to the side, man. Get out of dodge.
Get out the way.
Get out the way. You don't want no problem with that now, especially that skip. That skip means it's about to be some ass whooping. We getting loose. You know, the run could be anything. But that skip, and with this coming, you might well go on there. It's about to be some ass whooping. I've seen that plenty of times. Like
pull up the pants, then the skip, then hitting the hands together. That's a deadly combo.
Yes, that's action, fellas. And I could understand why they were still just looking like, what is going on? They ain't never seen that, but we all knew that was a moment. Oh yeah, it's about to be some straightening. It is about to be some straightening, man. Like yeah. But then on a serious note, man, I've seen, you know, we read the comments. We've been commenting as much as possible. It's like 300-400 comments on that video. But on a serious note, I know we talked about it. Hopefully this is something that's a movement and people just seeing how it looks to be just good old-fashioned unity. It ain't about where you're from, none of that. But on a serious note, this isn't like a civil rights win or any ignorant-ass comment that people are saying, like, come on, bro, that's not what this is. And we've seen so many times that it's been on the other foot, like we've talked about, and you all don't have that same energy. It's, hey, well, I mean, what happened and things of that nature. People are tired, bro, like of all ethnicities, but I can guarantee you that people in Alabama are probably a little bit more tired than everybody else. They hear from everybody in regards to how they don't stand for this, or even at that particular moment, at that particular area, I want to say that it was like a notorious area where either slaves or something back in the day that stood for something. So it's just it
was like an auction block. So when the slaves came to certain parts of Alabama, that'd be the first place they touched down, and then also it was an auction block. If that's true, I didn't do any more research on that. I just heard about that like 30 minutes before we started recording. But if it is, that is something very interesting.
Yeah, so like stuff like this. So I mean, you know, I understand. Well, people are taking videos and blah blah blah, and they splicing it up. I mean, you can't show the entire video. There were some things in there that just isn't right. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is we've seen this happen several times, and this wasn't the response. And if it was just the norm, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's just be clear about that. So, you know, in other words, let people have their moment, but at the same time, I think it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and y'all gotta respect that. Is that just throwing around your entitlement or thinking of whatever you could just go and do and say whatever to people just because you got a little money or just because you think your skin color is better. This is what should happen if you think you got somebody outnumbered. Then as if that nobody else was gonna come and help. So that just lets you know even more of the entitlement to think that we about to beat his ass on his job and everybody else just gonna sit back and watch. That speaks more to a mindset that they had to have, regardless of how drunk they was. They still thought that. Most people still be thinking, you know, common sense, or just or too drunk to even want to fight. That's they went straight to that. Like,
yeah,
you can't tell me that's not a mentality that runs deep in a lot of people that are just racist, prejudice, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like that's just how
if you look at the beginning of the video, it really was start off as a conversation like, hey, I need y'all to move the boat. Like, you can tell what was being said, but you can tell by like body language, you wasn't that serious at first. And then somebody said something that made the black dude mad. Then he started showing a little bit of aggression. Like, hey, y'all need to move y'all boat. Like this whole river boat trying to park and y'all need to move it. And then it led to what it was. Their family need to blame whoever little buddy was, them little red, orange, or peach shorts, whatever they was. Hey, don't fight him. No more family events, man. Brandon's always cutting up. We got our ass whooped because of Brandon. He wants to cut up, think he can beat everybody up, and got your mama with a busted lip, your auntie with a busted head and kneecap, and your dad, he got snoozed and thrown in the water. Man, it takes some type of privilege to be thinking like this. I mean, it's crazy even to know you in the wrong now. You see this big boat that's coming that way, and you want to leave your boat right there, and you so privileged like I'm not moving.
And that's all it showed, man. Because like this man at his job, like, hey, bro, y'all mind moving us so we can dock this boat. And you know, I wish I could hear the audio. I really do, so that can kind of seesaw the conversation. But like I said, it's just the entitlement, the arrogance. You could just tell that if you didn't been like, we from a small town, so we've seen. I'm not gonna say privilege, but then we've also seen the cool ones that just talk shit. So either way it could have went, I know of how that interaction could have gone, but you could just tell the display of arrogance that they had. I'm pretty sure they was kind of this real, what you gonna do, you know, type of thing. So he ain't trying to hear that, bro. It's hot as hell down here. First and foremost, I'm working. They got me with these big ass, black ass, khaki shit jeans on, bro. I'm not trying to be arguing with y'all out here, bro.
Black khaki jeans, blue and black shirt, hot
tucked in. You know what I'm saying? So, man, after that, when he threw the hat, like Flake said, it was over with. It was over with, bro. Like, at this point, they should all keep their jobs, too. So, you know, but, yeah, like, that was just, you could just tell, man. I hope the audio come out and really just speak on that situation, man. But that's just one of the ones, and you know how people be. And if you from a small town, you know how that conversation probably went. And he heard that one trigger word. And,
I ain't moving nothing, boy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So
well, you about to get moved. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
At one point of he did untie the boat and was like pushing it out the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, because it's
but
stupid.
Think about it. It had to be more. Even when you see the original video of him initially telling the move, think about for people to start recording and paying attention. It had to be more to it before the camera even turned on. For somebody to be like, oh, let's start watching this. Like, so ain't no telling how many times he tried to talk to them and ask them beforehand. This man got a job. His job is to make sure that dock is for the riverboat. Their riverboat go in and out every day. Like I said, they reserved it for a party. They probably do tours on it. And his main job is probably like, hey man, make sure ain't nobody here when it's time for the riverboat to come back. Make sure it's completely clear. That man just trying to do his job.
Yes, sir. So that's anything else you got to expound on with that topic, man? I'm pretty sure we're going to be hearing some information. I did hear that I think the mayor is a black gentleman, and he said he's going to take it serious and be looking to prosecute however he needs to. And also, he hates that they got this type of attention because they've been doing that riverboat. They've been doing that show and entertaining parties and things like that for a while. But as he stated, hopefully we now get some more stricter regulations in regards to what can and cannot be done. So people that do have the mentality like them aren't able to do so without being either fined or prohibited from coming to the river. So those type of things, you hate that it happens, but sometimes you don't know how long they've been having to deal with situations like this. And all we know, this wasn't their first encounter. Today, buddy probably just said, bro, it's 105. I'm not dealing with y'all today. I just ain't. Because, I mean, that's a lot to escalate. There's a lot more videos that's going to come out. But for the mayor or a government official to actually say that lets you know that there has been a recurring issue that has happened there, that now that it's getting this spotlight and they're now going to be able to impose certain things. That lets you know there's been some stuff going on way prior to this incident. This is just the one that went viral. Now they have to address it. Sometimes it takes shit like this to happen for it to really get addressed. So it is what it is. August 5th will go down in history down there. And hey, more power to y'all, brothers and sisters.
This is my last little, but black folks is so entertaining. His t-shirts already out here. The boy that was swimming across, the man that was swimming across the water, y'all done gave that man nicknames: Aqua Negro, Little Mermaid, Little Brother. Before we got on here, my sister sent me a playlist on Apple Music called Fade in the Water. Title got a playlist called Fade in the Water with all the favorite Negro Nook If You Buck spirituals that's on there. It's a lot of Lil Jon, it's a lot of Lil Scrappy, it's a lot of all that on there. So if y'all get a chance, check that out as well. Also, the Breakfast Club trying to find a little buddy for him to call in. I was hoping they could get him on today, but the woman who called in was like, I know him, but it was like, man, he just a dude from around the way, so you like got to catch him in the street. But he was like, I ain't even got his number. He just like, everybody know that one dude just always in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Just around the way type of dude. Yeah. So hopefully they get him. But moving on, I was listening to that Yo Gotti, his new mixtape, and you have listened to it as well. Album, I don't say it's a mixtape, it's an album, Gangsta Grills. I showed you so, and he had one song on there where he talking about how they talk about the crime in Memphis, this, that, and the other, and how the mayor want to meet up with him. And he said, I think I should go and save my city, but I think I'm just mind my business. So that made me think, like, do we put a little bit too much on rappers, celebrities, R&B singers, actors, people who come from my city, our neighborhood? Do we depend on or lean on them a little too much to help come save the city, to help make a change within the neighborhood? It just made me think about that because, it's not really their responsibility to do so. We would like for them to do it, but to put it on their shoulders and say, nah, you need to be the one to do this and do that, it's really not their responsibility to do that. And we can use, like I said, hopefully we'll have Montgomery Sparks unite a flame, but then everybody like, hey, we can do stuff in our community. We would like to help from a celebrity that made it out, but us together, we can do the same thing if everybody work together and do so. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think I actually ran that song back a couple times. I actually liked it. What he said with that is because, the truth of the matter is that there's really people, and we shouted them out, even in Nashville, Gideon's Army, the New Era Boys, the brothers up there in Detroit. It's so many boots on the ground groups that could actually benefit more. Sleep is for the Rich in Louisiana, my boy. So it's so many different people that are really doing things in the communities that don't have that celebrity title. Because honestly, once you get up there, that doesn't necessarily, just because you have a black face or melanated, doesn't mean that you are really from the culture or for the culture like that. So I think depending on those people kind of takes the light away, because as much as you may love the local person, say for instance, we use Yo Gotti come back and give 500 book bags back. You know what I'm saying? They do a little thing and it's powered by CMG. Okay, cool. I got a partner that just did 350 in our hometown. So right. Who's gonna be getting the most coverage? Got it. But why? When you got your own local celebrities and heroes that could use your backing, because if he could do 350 on his own, and not that he's needing anything, but if everybody else that was good, well off enough to could at least support one, that could almost be 1,000 book bags, and anybody from Gibson County could come and get book bags for kids in need. There's a lot of kids in need. But at the same time, I think we just put so much onus on, oh, they got it. What does that really mean? Are they really doing work, or are they just coming back for the camera? You know what I'm saying? There's people that's always doing stuff that aren't going to get seen on camera and aren't even doing it to be seen on camera, that need their love and respect and backing so they can start do that. Like the brothers up there in Detroit, they at the gas stations until they close because it's dark and they know the women are getting robbed and pumping gas and walking them into the store, walking them out of the store. I'm pretty sure that's not the only group, but I'm just tapping in with the people that I know for a fact what Zeke them up there doing. Sleep is for the Rich Gun Club. If anything happens within the city in Louisiana or Shreveport, they boots on the ground. They not out there with no thugs. They just know how to carry their guns, and they gonna confront anybody that comes with foolishness. Whether you can present yourself as a Confederate person, Klansman, whatever, they just gonna support and back they people. there's a lot of groups like that aren't getting the same. Oh man, that's bad. That's Gotti. That's Jay-Z. If we get off of that and start supporting people, just like people ran over there when that man threw their head in the air, we'll be good. Support your own local people. They really the celebrities. They the ones really making it happen. Like God ain't gonna about to be walking you to no car with no guns and protection at 9 or 10 o'clock in the inner city. No celebrity is. They got their own security for that. They not doing that. So, sometimes the celebrity's so big they disconnected from it. But you got your own local people that are really doing it, but y'all waiting on the people that y'all idolize. And, that's just, that's false worship, honestly. So that goes into some biblical terms we ain't got to get into. But yeah, it's just false idols, man. Like, and I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. You got your own local people that are really, really doing big stuff. That they put the onus on the superstars and celebrities, quote unquote. So, but what's your thoughts, though?
Some people might not like what I got to say.
Go ahead.
I say this: I would like to have celebrities to help out sometimes, just jump in and out. That's all they got to do. But I think it handicap a lot of people. And the reason why I think it handicap people because people be making excuses like, I ain't got the money to do that. I mean, so he got 50,000 he can drop. Or he got 10,000 he can drop like that. That ain't nothing to him. And I think it handicap a lot of people because they be thinking that's what it take. But it don't take doing that for one person. If you got $20, you got $30 instead of going to buy that bottle of hen. You know what I'm saying? 1 week, don't go buy the bottle of hen. Don't go buy the bottle of tequila. Don't go buy the Tito's vodka, whatever. Don't go to the club that night and buy a bottle at the club, or you out there buying 3 and 4, 5, 6 girls a drink or whatever. Don't do that. Just take 1 weekend or 2 weeks. Don't do that and put that money into the community. If y'all got something going on within your community, y'all want to make something happen, get the whole community together. Now, don't get me wrong, it is some people, they got to count every nickel, every penny, every dime. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who do be frequent at the club often and still be sent back to my, you ain't got the money to do that. I'm talking about the one who do be like, I got to put 24s on my car to impress who? Just the people in your neighborhood. You ain't got to do that. And I ain't saying you got to miss out on your 22s or 24s. But if it's gonna take you an extra week and you can put an extra $100 to the side and something going on in your community and you can donate and do something like that, we'll do that. Sometimes it ain't about money. Like you said, them guys in Detroit, they at the gas station. That's volunteer work. Anybody getting paid, they don't come out their dollar. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with if women are getting robbed at the gas station with you giving your time for 2 hours at the gas station and you see every woman that pop up. You don't want to know. Look, just put your card in there. Put your pen in, you get back in your car, how much you want? I'll pump your gas for you. That way you ain't got to be out of the car no longer than 30 seconds. However long it take you put your card in, put the pen in there, and I ain't gonna look, and when you done, I'm just gonna pump the gas for you. Or you need to go in there and get something to eat. I'm gonna walk you in the store, get whatever snack you need, water, whatever, and then I'm gonna walk you back out to your car. That's free. It's free work. And folks thinking, I ain't trying to put myself in danger, but this is the thing. Most people that do criminal activity, they don't want to work hard. If they see you as a man, they avoid that person, that particular woman, because they don't want to work hard. People who do robberies and stick-ups, they want an easy lick. If they know I got to go through a whole nother man, that's 2 or 3 of y'all in the parking lot, and I got to deal with 2 or 3 of y'all, it don't matter if they got a gun or not. They not trying to deal with it at the end of the day. So sometimes it's just volunteer work. You can do that too. So however you can give back to your community in that way, if you think your community be saved or you think you need some good stuff in your community, it can be done. Don't depend on the church either. I know a lot of people, a lot of these churches ain't got it at the end of the day. A lot of people do complaining about what the church is doing. A lot of these churches ain't got it. I know a few churches in my hometown, they barely got enough members and barely get enough tithes to keep the lights on, to feed y'all on certain Sundays and stuff like that. So a lot of these churches ain't got it like that. And I know a lot of people like, well, it's a mega church. Look how much this pastor making. Y'all gotta look at what these pastors be, like I'm not taking credit. There's some pastors out there that's screwed, no lie. But some of them y'all be going after, they got books, they got movies, they got TV shows, they got podcasts, and some of them working 9 to 5. It's a lot of pastors y'all be complaining about the money they got, and they a manager at the factory, but you don't know that though. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that did a 12-hour shift and they going to do Sunday school. I mean, not Sunday school, doing Wednesday Bible study or whatever it is. You know, it's a lot. I look at some of these Muslim mosques, man, they be putting their money together and they be buying these buildings. They be putting the basketball courts out there. They be feeding their people on certain days. And I'm not saying that Christians don't do that. I'm just saying it's just an example of things that can be done within our community, man. Like I said, if y'all want a basketball court, y'all want a playground, everybody can put in your neighborhood $5, $10. You know, you probably gonna cost you about $5 grand to get a basketball court in there. And that might seem a lot if you put it all on one person. But if the whole community put in $20, 5 people, you got 100. 10 people, you got 200. You know what I'm saying? And y'all keep that up for a couple weeks. And it might just take 1 week if everybody in on it. And y'all just keep that up for a month or two, y'all can have a basketball court community. Or y'all can buy that rundown building and fix it up and make it an after school program where the kids got somewhere to go. And some of these teachers that retire can come in and help tutor the kids. You know what I mean? They're struggling with their schoolwork. They need help with certain things. You know, some kids, you won't even know they struggling with reading until there is an after school program and a tutor take the time to help them out. Then all of a sudden school, they ain't cutting up in school no more because now they feel like they can keep up with the other kids. A lot of times they be the problem with, you know, these kids in school. Folks be saying, nah, they couldn't, they just bad. No, some of them acting out because they feel ashamed because they cannot keeping up because they can't get help after school and they're ashamed to ask for help. Or some of these teachers in schools not making it available for them, which happens sometimes. So y'all might not like me, but I feel like when y'all be asked, when celebrity get, y'all be looking for the excuse a lot of times.
I mean, you know, I'm with you when you're right in regards to that. I agree with your point in regards to creating a handicap because I think that comes regardless of a celebrity, but that's true. You know, when they can say that, it's the excuse because we ain't got to take the accountability amongst ourselves and you put that responsibility on somebody else. So I completely agree with that, man. You got anything else on that before we wrap it up?
I ain't got nothing else on there. We might lose a couple subscribers. They might be upset. Like I can hold me accountable.
I mean, you know, I think
that nigga was funny yesterday. Now he out here holding people accountable.
Yeah. I mean, that may happen, but I would like to say that our consistent supporters are very knowledgeable how we typically approach those things. It's not we better than, but I think a lot of times if we looked at it from a perspective of how could we change it and put it into our hands, you find more results that way. And you're not just, you know, just like depending on the system. Why would you depend on the system if you feel like it's never gonna help? That's stupid. Like that's ignorant. But yeah, so I mean, we might, but it's all good. I ain't tripping. But anything you got on that, man? I know you got probably supremely black person or persons of the week.
I got a whole team.
Right.
Supremely black persons of the week is going to the worker. We gonna call him Batman because he threw that hat in the air for the bat signal. This the Air Force One that ran across them white forces. At first he tried to break it up because it was like 5 or 6 on 2, but then eventually he had to put them hangs. Aqua Negro for swimming and jumping off the riverboat, and he was a worker. I thought he was just a person. He was a worker himself. Swam over to help out. The 3 dudes that came down with the white beating their shirts off, they like they just hopped out of a box Chevy and put them hangs on. Carissa Shields might got a sister because that one black woman with the blonde hair, Lord have mercy. Hey, she beat the brakes off that woman and threw her in the water when she got finished. And I don't know who the person who beat the dude through the Crocs. He didn't beat him. I've seen people get beat out their shoes. I ain't never seen nobody get beat through their shoes. He ought to sue Crocs. Them shoes didn't hold up. I would sue Crocs and be like, I lost that fight. I can keep my foot. He had them yabba dabba dudes, man. The Fred Flintstones.
Yeah, I definitely said that's a discontinued item. That's bad. That's bad publicity right there. Them damn near like some shin guards he had on, bro. He beat them motherfuckers off his feet.
All them. Supremely Black People of the Week. And don't y'all get here talking about we celebrating this as a historical moment, this and that, man. Some of this is just jokes, man. We hit y'all with all the seriousness. You got to put a little candy in the medicine sometimes. And this is one of them times, you know what I mean? But shout out to all them. I can't even give shout out to Mr. Chairman, but you and our members, you will be remembered forever. I can't say I condone just WWE folks with the chair like that.
And say I'm glad it was plastic because you'll be able to see the light of day again.
If it was a metal chair, if it was a metal chair, they probably try to hit that man with that attempted murder. Ain't no problem about it.
Bro, ain't no problem, bro. We all done put up them chairs, dog. Ain't no problem. Them attempted murder charge. And you get to turn around and spinning and picking folks, just bing. Yeah, it's over, bro. Yeah, that's attempted murder, bro. Yeah. That's assault with a deadly weapon for sure. You getting the felony.
It is. It is.
Yeah, that ain't no, even if, we ain't gonna keep going to that, because like I said, we don't go down that. But the Supremely Black Business of the Week, I know we've mentioned them before, but I would like to shout out both of these because my little sister was a unique experience. She was at a big, huge tax conference, my birthday week, so it was the 29th, 30th weekend. And so both of these businesses I mentioned, they had a great weekend. Eddie's Movement, they did the giveaway back in my hometown of Milan, Tennessee. He did it at his uncle's place of business. He had a pretty good turnout. We're definitely looking for more people to come out next year to be bigger and better. Gonna change up the environment and the scenery, but all that'll be coming out next year when they get prepared for it. But I want to shout out both of those businesses. So unique experience, I'll make sure I tag that in Always at Ease Moving, because like we talked about with the guided situation in the celebrity, these are local people that are from your communities that are looking to put you in a better predicament, whether that's being able to move your house or be able to do your taxes legally. Because like she'll say, she ain't putting on no orange jumpsuit for nobody. Everything's legit. She rubbed elbows with some pretty good big people up there in Dallas, Faison, Bon B, getting her name out there. You know, I ain't gonna tell too much of her business because at the end of the day, she just does it the legit way. It's a unique experience. So major shout out to Darius Allen and Unique Rose. Those are our two Supremely Black businesses of the week, and they had a major week, and it just slipped my mind last week to even mention it. But since Spirits isn't here to kind of come with that, I will make sure I shout out those two. Again, I'll tag them into the video. Y'all get to see exactly where to find them on social medias and stuff like that. But salute to y'all. Keep pushing.
Yes, sir. Well, with that being said, for all our queens out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know you are a queen. For all our kings out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, and let them know you are a king. We are Supremely Black, and we out.